Hey everybody, it's Matthew Graves from Quick Start Coach, and today I want to talk to the people out there who want more success in their life. Whether that success be in your business or whether it be in your personal life, the reality is that success relies on your ability to get things done. And one of the best books that's ever been written about this is Getting Things Done by David Allen. And one of the key concepts that he talks about in his book is the idea that you've got to get things out of your head. We try to keep track of too many things in our head on any given moment. And what it does is it leads you to forget things and miss things and lose the ideas because our brains aren't meant to organize that much information and make it available to be able to pull out at any moment. That's why you have to have a system which is keeping track of all of your tasks, all of your ideas, all of your projects, whether that be a paper-based system or whether it be online with something like Asana. Then either way, you've got to get the things out of your head and get them into a system that your brain trusts. Because here's what happens when your brain doesn't trust whatever system you're using to keep track of things. Let's say you go to work and then you remember, gee, I've got to get milk on the way home. So you put in your mind, remember, get milk on the way home. Now, what happens is your brain puts that in and it puts it into the short-term memory. Now it's got to keep track of that. It's got to make sure that at the time when you're going home, don't forget to get milk, right? So what it does is it keeps reminding you over the day. You'll be in the middle of a meeting or you'll be talking to a client and your brain will pop in and say, hey, don't forget to get milk. Then you'll be a little later in the day. The brain will pop it back up into the forefront and say, don't forget, get milk, right? So because your brain can't rely on any other system to remind you to get milk, it keeps reminding you all day. And what's that doing? It's distracting you from the things you're trying to get done. Same thing happens with the projects that we work on. You have a great idea for a project. You don't want to forget it. So your brain keeps reminding you of it. So you'll be working on a different project or a different task, and all of a sudden that project will pop back into your mind. Now, most people think you don't have control over that, but the reality is you do. Because when you take something out of your mind and you put it into some kind of an organizing system that your brain knows is going to bring it back to the forefront at the right time later, then your brain doesn't have to think about it anymore. And what it does is it allows you to concentrate on the tasks that you're doing today. So if you get that memory, gee, I have to remember to get milk. If you write it on a yellow Post-it note and you stick it on the dash of your car where you know you're going to see it on the drive home, then your brain can relax. It says, okay, that's covered. I don't need to worry about that. I don't need to worry about remembering whether I need to get milk or not. So I'm going to concentrate on the stuff that I have. So by having some kind of a system where you have it broken down into these are the things I'm working on today, these are the things that I need to be thinking of in the next week, these are the things that I need to review next month, these are the things that are longer term that don't have timelines, but when I have one of those ideas for something I want to do someday, I can put it on the someday list. And I know that once every month or once every year, I'm going to review that someday list. So having a system like this is a combination of having a place to store this information, and the other one is by sticking with a schedule to make sure you go back and review it. So if you have things that you know you need to get done in the next week and they go on the next week list, then that's something you have to review every day to decide, hey, should these things be on the today list for today? Then, so every day you've got to review your weekly list. Then at the end of every week, you need to look at your monthly list and say, what of the things on the monthly list need to be on the list for the next week? And then at least once a month, you need to review the yearly or the someday list so that those things that are longer term, you can say, well, is next month going to be the time to do that? So you're breaking down the timeline of when you're going to get things done and when, more importantly, you're going to focus energy and attention on them into those time frames. There's today, there's this week, there's this month, and then there's either this year or sometime in the future. And then review those on the appropriate intervals when you need to be reminded, hey, I said I was going to do this project this year. Well, I'm not going to be doing it this month, so it doesn't need to go on the this month list. And if I'm not doing it this month, it doesn't have to be on the this week list, and certainly not on the today list. So just keeping things organized and getting all of those ideas and thoughts you have in your head out and onto paper or into an electronic system allows your brain to fully focus on today and the things you got to get done today. It avoids the distractions that your brain wants to keep bringing up of those things, and it allows you to truly focus. So make sure that you have a system like this in place, and also make sure that when you are listing out the things you're going to get done today, that you keep that list small. I like to focus on 3 key tasks each day. There are 3 tasks that if I get those 3 tasks done, then that will be a great day. And then at the end of the day, I like to focus on what are my 3 wins? What are the 3 things that really went well today? Sometimes they'll be the tasks, sometimes there'll be other things that come out of left field. But what are the 3 wins that I got today? And then what are my 3 tasks for tomorrow? So that when I wake up, I know I'm working on those tasks, and I know that at the end of the day, I'm going to congratulate myself and give gratitude for the 3 things that went right. We can all find 3 tasks, and we can all find 3 wins every day. So one of the things that I've set up to help have accountability for that, for myself and for other members, is my 3 wins group. So if you go over in your web browser and you go to 3winsgroup.com, THREEWINSGROUP.com, then you can join the 3 Wins group. It's a private Facebook group, and what I do in there each day is every night I post my 3 wins for the day and my 3 tasks for the next day. And then other members post their 3 wins and their 3 tasks for the day. And then we all help to hold each other accountable to those, and to also make sure that we help each other celebrate our wins. It's great to have support from other positive, like-minded people who are working on similar goals, and the 3 Wins group is a great place to get that. So just go over to your web browser, go to 3winsgroup.com with the 3 spelled out in Word, and join us. And we will really help you to supercharge your success.